Hello, today we will deal with different problems involving quadratic equations, and we have here an example that we can solve using any methods in solving quadratic equations. So in the problem, it says in here that the middle portion of a studio is to be covered with a white linoleum. The linoleum is a square with an area of 81 meters squared. So what is the length of the side of the linoleum? So again, it says in here that there is a studio that needs to be covered with a linoleum, and the shape of the linoleum is a square. So let's try to solve the linoleum, or to draw the linoleum rather. So let's say that this is the linoleum, and it is square, okay? And it says in here that the area of the linoleum is 81 meters squared. So the area of this linoleum is 81 meters squared. Remember that one of the properties of a square is that all of its sides are congruent. So let's represent this side as x. It means that whatever is the measurement of this side is the same with the remaining three sides. They are all congruent. So let's represent, or let x be the side, okay? Or let x be one of the sides, all right? So remember, or let us recall that the formula for the area of a square is equal to the square of the side, or to the square of the side. So since the side here in our illustration is represented by x, so we can say that a, or the area, is equal to the square of x, or x squared. Alright, so now let us substitute the values. In the problem, it was mentioned that the area of the linoleum is 81 meters squared. So let's substitute that here in the formula. So we're gonna have here 81 meters squared equals x squared. And we can actually solve this using one of the methods that we have discussed before in solving quadratic equations. And we will solve this using extracting the square root since b is missing, or b is equal to 0. So we have here the ax squared and c. Do not be confused, m here represents the unit, okay? So we can actually write this as x squared equals 81 meter squared. So if we're going to solve for x, we can get the square root of both sides of the equal sign. So we're gonna have here this one, and then we can cancel this out. So we have x equals the square root of 81, which is positive and negative 9, and then we can actually cancel the exponent of meter, and we can take this out of the radical sign. So positive negative 9 meters. Alright? Because we can actually write this as the square root of 81 times the square root of meter squared, like that. So square root of 81 is positive negative 9, and the square root of x squared, so we can cancel this out. So that's m. M will be taken out of the radical sign. So therefore, the values of x are negative 9 and positive 9. But remember, we are talking about measurement. Therefore, we're not gonna take a measurement which is negative. So we will only be taking x equals positive 9. Alright? So if we're going to check, so we're going to have the checking. So we will check if x equals 9 is the correct solution. So again, let's copy the original equation. So we have 81 meters squared. Is it equal to, so we will substitute 9 to x. So 9 squared, actually there's meter here. Okay, I was not able to copy it a while ago. So 81 meters squared is equal to, so 9 squared. So let's write it properly. So 9 squared is 81, and then meter raised to 3 meters squared. So correct. So we can say as our conclusion, since it is asked what is the length of the side of the linoleum, so we can say that the length of the side of the linoleum is 9 meters. So this is our answer.